Hello, Paul here. Today I'm going to be talking about a formula that I talked about in my last video with the 920, except I use it for the EMA difference. I used this EMA difference with also the 99095, so it's kind of a combination, but mainly the strategy is mainly the strategy is for the 9 and the 20, and I basically have two different moving averages so we can like double check. I also have the stochastic on there to just have more confirmation. Now there was a strategy I talked about recently that works too, but I want to kind of go over this strategy and how you could use it for crypto. We're going to look at crypto with this strategy, and I'll go over this same strategy with the other assets as well. But other than that, I kind of want to go over how this can help. If you want to trade Bitcoin or any kind of altcoin and find moments when they go up and when they go down, this is a very easy strategy. So let me kind of walk you through the process. Okay, so to set up this specific strategy, you basically need the 990.95. That's this first part up here at the top. I've talked about that in other videos. So you basically would have to set up your 90 and 95. I use Ghost Market Pro. That's because I've already paid for the indicator and it's all in one indicator. If you don't want to use it with Ghost Market Pro, you're just going to have to go to CM. You have to go to CM trend bars and you click that twice, and you're going to put 90 and 95, and you're also going to need 9. So you need those three if you don't have Ghost Market Pro for the first part. 9, 90, 95. So this is not really the big part of this strategy. The big part of the strategy is I also include in this formula EMA difference. And with EMA difference, I put 9 and 20. 9 and 20 are big. And the reason I have it on the EMA difference is because I already have my moving averages for the 9, 90, 95. And I don't want to clutter this with all these lines. It'll get too confusing. But it's really good to have these side by side because you'll be able to make more confirmations, and it's easy to see what's really happening. Just by looking at both of these visually, you can see kind of what's happening. And right here in this scenario, you can see what's happening with Bitcoin here. So 9, for EMA difference, we have 9 and 20. So then I also have RSI here. It's pretty simple RSI. So the strategy is very simple for looking for entry points. What I focus on and what crypto I focus on is I focus on the hour, and I focus on the hour because you'll probably find the best results. And what you want to look for, first thing you want to look for is you want to make sure your 9, 90, 95 are crossing. This doesn't have to be recommended, but if you do find it crossing, that's a real good time to get in for trades. If you're doing this on the hour, it is going to take a while for that to happen. So you just focus on the moments when the 9, 90, 95 cross. So your trades will get better if you find these locations. But other than that, you base it on your EMA difference. What you want to look for is moments when the red turns into bright green. Like the dark red will turn into a light green. So that this is basically right here. When it goes from dark red to light green, that's basically the cross. So these are your entry points. So if you want to do a buy, you wait for the dark red, and we can zoom in closer. Now I do all this on the hour. I think it gives the best results. You wait for the dark red to turn into a light green, and this will usually give you a pretty good signal of what it's going to be doing. Now you do need to make sure and be cautious of, consolidation zones, and this is not 100%, but once it does change on the hour, I would wait for maybe 2 or 3 lines, maybe 2 or 3, to get a better confirmation. And what you would do is that's when you would enter. So, and usually, not all the time, once it enters and once it turns green, you can actually stay in this trade for a long time. You can stay in the trade as long as it stays green. Dark green, light green, it usually leads into some pretty good numbers here. So we're going to go backtrack here, and we're going to look at previous times, and we're going to look at a couple cryptos and see if this is a pretty good strategy. So let's look at Bitcoin right now. Right here is when it changed from a light green, so this is when the cross happened. So this is when you would come in with a buy order. And pretty soon after this, you also see it crossing with the 990, the 998.95. So you follow Bitcoin, and you keep staying in the trade until, well, you can get your gains any time, but you can follow it, and you probably won't be in any loss. I say that because it usually leads into gains unless it's a quick, up and down or down to up kind of thing. So this whole run right here, which would have lasted for 3 days, would have gave you a 10% increase. So let's look when it turned red. So this is a sell right here. So it turned red right about here. We ride it out, and this returned, well, if we follow it all the way till about here, and you're still in profit, even if you follow the red all the way until it's about to cross again. So this is the 9 and the 20. So this would have led into some gains. Let's do this a couple more times. I want to look at a couple more cryptos. Let's look at this small one right here. Now this is a small one. There's going to be big ones and there's going to be small ones. So you turn green right about here. We wrote it out till we see it when it starts turning red, which is right there. So you're still in profit right about here. This one would have given you about, I'm not sure. I think this one would have given you about 40. I think this is 500 on a 0.01. I'm not sure. Too positive on that. Let's do one more Bitcoin. Let's do a big one. Let's do this one right here. So we see it turn red right here. It goes from dark green to red. So you would come in right about here. You're also seeing the 990.95 cross as well. If you wrote it out till the end, you'll still be in profit. So this works very well. Let's look at another crypto and see how well this works for any crypto. Let's look at Ethereum. Let's see if this will work for Ethereum. So right here we see it turn from dark red to light green. If we rode this out to where it is right now, we have a little bit of profit. It's not finished. This might be a small one. Let's look at another one. Let's look at this big one right here. It goes from a dark red to a bright green right about here. We've rode this out. So right here is when it turned light green. If we rode this out all the way to right here, which is when it stopped when it switched to a red. So this is cross to cross. This is 17,587 pips. So I think this is this is probably about $175. I think. Let's do one more with Ethereum. Let's do this one right here. You see it cross right here. You see it go from dark red to light green. You can't really see because it's really zoomed out, but you rode this one out till it turns red again, which is right about here. You still would be in profit. So this one would have been $162 at a 0.01 lot size. So this works really well. This strategy works really well, especially for crypto. So what you can do with this strategy with crypto is you'll be able to detect real easy, during, bear markets and bull markets, you'll be easily detect when things are going up and down. If you look at this on the weekly, and you find this on the weekly with the EMA difference with the 9 and 20, you'll be able to ride this whole thing out. And I didn't show weekly, I'll probably put that in another video, but this works really well for crypto. So I'll probably be talking about it again. Anyway, if you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. See you guys for videos.